Hi, welcome back. This video I'm going to cover off quite an advanced topic, a very powerful feature within the framework 8 called branching. Branching at a very basic level can help you manage live, stage and dev environments. It's much more powerful than that. It also can handle multiple languages. It can handle creating a specific branch, for example, to put annual report information together and preview it before merging it back into the live site. It was primarily developed by us as we were discovering quite often we were having to copy sites, copy databases, have content freezes, have all sorts of merge issues. So it's very powerful. It's a bit of a cross between dev stage, live, and source control, for those of you who use source control. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill into a page. I've already logged into the site. I have a page called branching, which I'm going to use to do the branching demo. Within the admin interface, over at the top here, top right, we actually have the branch that we're working in. I've just switched branch to the live branch. We get a little notification that we have moved to the live branch. So this is working in the live branch. If I edit something here, it will actually be edited in the live branch. You can configure branches so you can't ever edit in it. You have to do something like push to stage before editing, and so and a little typo here. So I'm editing in live. So I'm just going to publish that. Something you might do if you wanted a very quick change and didn't want any previews, but I said you can limit branching to stop people editing on the live branch, so they'll have to branch out before and getting approval before going to live. So branching has two modes. It has the mode which reads the URL, so you have a live domain, a stage domain and a dev domain, or an other domain to do something else. And it also has path, so the beginning of the path, so it might be /stage or /live. I mean, you probably wouldn't do a /live. We've got this set up currently to work with domains. So I've edited this in live. You see this live here. So I can go to the live domain here and look at branching. And you can see I'm editing in live is in there. Interestingly, if I look at it in stage also, it will show I'm editing in live. Now, this is because staging will bubble up content from live if it doesn't have this particular page in its own branch. So the advantage that gives you is if you are editing a few pages in stage, any other changes in live will keep bubbling up, so you can actually see live data. That's something we found very useful in the past when we've had to duplicate sites up. Clients have been saying, well, hang on, this data doesn't look live, it doesn't look recent. We're going, well, no, that's because it's being copied. When we merge back, it'll all normalize. To manage branches, we do actually have a branching component. I've just actually clicked on the mega nav up here, which I'm going to introduce now. That allows me to move to components very quickly without going back to the root. So I'm going to click on branching. And what we see is branching, they're actually assets within the system. So we do have a common branch. Common branch is very important. So for example, I've uploaded some images to the common branch. They will be shared across all branches. Templates, for example, probably would be in the common branch because you want templates to be used throughout everything. You don't want to have to be managing templates in every branch. And in this case, we've actually called the site ENGB. This is from our root of actually managing multiple language sites. So under ENGB, we have a live branch and a stage branch. We can add other branches. I'll actually quickly add another branch now. Hang on a second. So a new asset here. What it's actually done is switch me to the common branch to edit the branch, because branching can only exist in common. So I'm just going to call that dev. I'm going to pick out this URL that I chose for this branch to use in dev. Let's call that dev, and publish that. So now I've got live stage and dev, and that'll actually show in here, live stage and dev. So the other thing that this particular view does quite nicely is if you do click on a branch, it will tell you which assets exist in this branch. And you can see here the welcome page is existing in both the common branch and the ENGB branch. Now I will actually want to go to the branching page, so I can actually, within this layout, this grid, I can click on ENGB, it'll switch me to that branch and take me to live. So what I'm going to do now is do something which will be quite common when you're editing a site, is I'm going to take this page, I'm going to move it to stage, I'm going to play around with it, and I'm going to look at it underneath the stage URL. When I'm decided I'm happy with it, I'm actually going to merge it back into live. One very useful view when you're looking at branching is the asset timeline. So the asset timeline at the moment for this particular page shows me that I've only got versions in the live branch. As you can see over on the left, there's the title of the branch. I've done an edit fairly recently. I created a draft and I published it. So this is the currently living asset in live. And again, you can see a little timeline ticking along there. So I edited that, created that not so long ago, about 4 minutes ago. This asset was last edited. That's when I put in the I'm editing live in live. So to branch, there's an action at the top. We ensure we're in the live branch by looking over on the right here. We click on the branch button and we get options to branch. You can only branch down the tree. So live is grayed out. Anything, if there was anything above it, it would also be grayed out. And I want to create a copy of this basically in stage. So I'm going to click stage. Click next. I don't want to remove it from the origin. This is an option that is quite useful sometimes. You may create something in live that you actually want to take out of live, play around with it in stage and then put it back. We're not going to have that. Going to move, we get a little diagrammatic representation and what's going to happen. So branching will be branched to the ENGB stage branch, and you get a nice little diagram showing. So I'm going to commit that, and at the top you see we've actually changed the active branch to stage, and there you go, so the active is stage, and it's created a draft for me. And over here you can see the version is created there. So I'm now editing in stage. I can do all sorts in here. I'm going to add an image actually. Let's add an image. Let's choose a nice beach view there. Don't want it that big. I'm going to make it 450. Not worried about the height. I'm not going to worry about the alt tag for now. So I'm going to just insert that. Do my usual typo corrections. So what I can do with this is I can publish it. And over in the versions tab on the right here, you can see we've got two published versions, two live versions, but one is live and one is in stage. Now remember, each of these branches are associated with the URL. So what we can do, I'm going to click a tab here. This is the live. So I'm going to refresh that. There's the live site. This is the stage. And then you can see the changes in stage. Now, we can then re-edit this. So didn't like what I said before, and I can publish it. So this will have actually changed in the stage site. These URLs can be locked down. When we're in branching, there's a little checkbox that allows you to say that this branch is only available with password protection. Also, again, very useful view, the asset timeline. So what this has shown us is we had an asset in live. It's still in live. It's still alive in live. And we branched it to stage, which created a draft. I published it. We actually previewed it. then I created another draft and published it. So you can see here, we've got a nice diagram showing us that it was branched off the stage. We had a draft, we created it, we edited it, and then we published it again. And that is how that is going to live until we do anything different. So we can take this through an approval process. Again, this doesn't have to be a single asset, it could be a whole bunch of assets in this draft. And then when we're happy with what we've done here, we go into the merge. So I click merge, and in this case you can only merge upwards. So I'm actually going to merge back into the live. I do want to remove it from the original because I don't want this hanging around in stage. And I get a little diagram showing this is coming back from stage into live, and I commit it. So now, in the versions over on the right, you see we've only got one live version, and it is in live. So we go to the live view, and we refresh it. There's the asset I was editing in stage. And stage is also going to show that, but that's bubbling up from the live branch. It's a very powerful feature. Features can be locked down. You can, as I said before, you can stop certain people editing in the branch. You can stop everyone editing in the branch if you want to. So you can actually make live only editable by staging and then merging back down. So that's the introduction to branching. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a killer feature. I'm actually going to post another video which shows merging, branching, all managing multi-language sites. So I'm actually going to create a full multi-language site using branching. Thanks for watching.